Hey, Dr. Ludlow and team. Heard you were talking to my business partner, Nick. My name's Mason. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm going to give you guys quick, actionable advice, things you can do to improve your conversion rate. Okay, so really fast, I'm going to check to see if you have Google Analytics installed, because that's always a good tool to have. You do. So what I would do is log into your analytics. I'm going to use this as an example. Look at your average time on page for this specific page. Okay, because what we can do is we can compare and contrast that with the length of this video. So let's say average time on page is a minute. This video is 2 minutes. It does a great job selling the click, but our average time on page is a minute. So potentially we want to shorten this video to around a minute. Okay, next thing I'm going to do, give me my click back. Here we go. Okay. And time to read. Here we go. This is why it's good to look at your data in Google Analytics. So your landing page here is around a 9-minute read, okay? Log into Analytics, look at your time on page. That will give you insight, okay? We know the video is 2 minutes long. It takes a user an average 9 minutes to actually read all of the copy here. And from that, we can make informed decisions. Potentially you want to get rid of some of this copy, okay? Real quick, another tool for you guys to use. It's free. It's called Hotjar. It's going to give you what's called a heat map analysis. And what we're looking at here, again, this is just an example, is called a scroll map. So what we can see is where users naturally drop off in the funnel. So I'm going to throw you guys funnel into mobile here, okay? And you'll see this is something called the average fold, which 90% of users see. It's the top of the funnel, right? Majority of your users are going to see this right here. First thing that I can quickly identify is your call to action is not visible in the average fold, okay? So without Hotjar, we don't know what percentage of users are actually making it to the first call to action. So first test for you guys is I would test, first of all, moving this video, make sure it's visible above the average fold. Get your CTA here, and then move this, keep reading if you're experiencing, below the CTA. Okay, test the whole structure of this average fold. This is really your money maker. This is where majority of users are going to spend their time and see before either they bounce or you earn the right to have them keep reading, right? Those are the two things that happen. Either they bounce right away or they engage with the video and they keep reading and then they actually eventually click and progress through the funnel. Okay, so you're going to want to test this extensively. Let me just go through here real quick. Another quick side note for you guys is size 16 pixels works best in terms of mobile font. I've tested that extensively. You can just take my word for it. You got 15, so that's not too bad. Something to think about in the future though. Here you have size 14, right? So this is not as easily readable, especially if your audience is older. I found with older audiences around 40 plus, 60 plus, size 16 pixels font is going to convert higher for you because it's easier to read. Okay, so let me just scroll through here. Again, with Hotjar, I'm going to show you guys something really quick. Okay, this particular company, they were featured in Radio Shack, right? Radio Shack was selling the product. That's a huge trust factor that would earn the click of users on the landing page. Okay, for you, some of your critical conversion elements are going to be these testimonials down here, but you'll notice that on mobile, this text is super hard to read, right? And without Hotjar, we don't know. For all we know, only around 12% of your users could be seeing these critical conversion assets that are your testimonials. They're going to sell the click even more. So something I would test is after you optimize this top of funnel right here above the fold, I would test putting a testimonial even directly below your CTA, get a testimonial directly on the top of the funnel above the fold. Okay, these are things to think about, and this is why you want tools like Google Analytics and tools like Hotjar to cross-reference and actually look at the hard data, and then from there, looking at the data, make informed decisions on what to test, right? If we identify only 12% of users are seeing these testimonials, then we know, okay, we got to move those further up, right? So another real quick one for you guys is your main call to action. Okay, start your recovery today. Never use the word your for a call to action. Give them ownership over it. Change that to say start my recovery today. Guarantee you that's going to give you a jump. I've tested this extensively. I'll just show you guys real quick if you think I'm BSing you. We run tests like this all the freaking time. So check this out. These are just a quick few of our results from 0.44 to 0.51% conversion rate, 1.21 to 1.32. Right, these are a few e-commerce brands. We've also ran them for webinar registration rates. I'll show you some examples of that. For a full stack marketer, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Kale Kanai, but check this out. Right, increase the webinar registration rate from 18.58 to 21.15. So I'm telling you guys, when I'm saying change the CTA to say start my recovery today, that's going to give you a jump right there, right? Potentially also change the button color. It does play a factor in it. So you might want to test green. Green means go psychologically. So let me see. This is a little confusing. What does this CTA do? Okay, that looks like it's a little bug. That continue button doesn't really do anything. This follows me down the screen. Cool. That might be annoying for users. Again, without Hotjar, you won't be able to see. With Hotjar, I'm going to show you another real quick one, and then I'll let you go here. Hotjar, you can see what buttons people are actually engaging with. Okay, so check this out. As I'm scrolling up the funnel, let's say this button gets a lot of engagement. It's around 5% of clicks. Okay, what that tells me is that this headline right here is very engaging. Okay, this is very good copy because it's driving the most engagement. And I'll show you a quick example. As I scroll down this funnel, okay, this CTA only gets around 1% of clicks, okay? So this headline's not driving that much action, but as I scroll further down, this CTA is driving around 2% of clicks, right? So we know that this headline is doing more for our users than the one further up above. In your guys' instance, for all we know, without Hotjar, we don't know which button is getting the most engagement, so definitely get Hotjar. But let's say, okay, this button's getting a lot of engagement. Maybe this button's even getting more engagement than the one that's right here. Okay, that tells us maybe this copy's a little off. Maybe the headline's not resonating that much with the user base at the top of funnel. Maybe this headline resonates more. That's why it's driving more clicks. This is why we need to look at these things like Hotjar and Google Analytics as diagnostic tools to make informed decisions on what to test. So I'm just going to opt in really quick here and see what happens. Okay. Purchase $47. Okay. Recovery begins here. Yep, again, I would change this to say start my recovery now. It's definitely going to drive up more engagement. Start my recovery today. Offer PayPal as a payment option if you guys can. That looks like the funnel's in test mode. Offer PayPal as a payment option if you can. That's going to drive up your top line revenue, 20% guaranteed. Mobile users, you can take my word for it, love using PayPal on mobile. So if you haven't got banned from PayPal, I know a lot of people have issues with PayPal, definitely get PayPal as a payment option. And you're going to want to put a money back guarantee right below this checkout CTA. Okay. And it's way too far down the page. Again, without Hotjar, for all we know, only 10% of users are seeing this money back guarantee. It's also not defined for me. I don't know if this is a 30-day, 7-day. That's confusing. I would get it directly below the complete my order button and get Hotjar installed. Again, I can't stress that enough. We want to look at the data and make informed decisions. So hope this was useful for you guys. If you got value from this, we'd love to chat further and see if we could potentially run some tests for you, get back with Nico, and look forward to hearing back from you.